and at the end of the night it ends in singing.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you been into that sort of thing?
I've got a friend who lives over there, and I visited her a few years ago, and she lives in this cute little village. I forget where it is. She came and picked me up from Dublin, and it's over on the other side. We had to catch the train. It was lovely. But it's this tiny little village on the seaside,
What's
and
it
they've
called?
got a little pub.
Not Cabra.
I can't remember.
Yeah?
I don't remember the name of her
Cabra.
village.
No? Okay.
No, it wasn't that.
That sounds great.
Something Head.
Say it again.
Shut up.
Something head.
Something Head.
Dickhead?
No, that's sitting opposite me. No.
Okay.
But anyway.
Yep.
Anyway, it was really lovely there, and there's just ruins everywhere, and it's just a magical place. I went to some, and it's just standing inside this building that predates Christianity.
Wow.
And you're just standing in it.
Wow.
And, it was converted into a church after, but I'm standing in this building that predates Christianity, and it's just so magical in here, and I just stayed there for an hour or so, and it's just lovely.
What are the Irish guys like?
They're pretty hot.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like, but, yeah?
It's like pirates.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't mind them.
Did I tell you my funny story about Carlos?
No.
Is that I was emceeing the Buskers by the Creek
that's right.
Battle of the Buskers 2 years ago, and it was at Crummer Creek Tavern, and I said, "Come on out, mate, I'm doing this thing, and I have to go sing at the Irish bar at Fiddler's Green in Surfers Paradise after this." I had to do like 1 hour at midnight, so it was a crazy night for me.
Yeah.
I think it was even my birthday too last year. So emceed this thing. I had my mate who's drinking beers all night in the corner. Okay, that's all finished, wrapped up. Boom, see you guys. Come on, Carlos, we're going to the Irish bar. And I forced him to come out. I said, I'm going just singing for 1 hour at an Irish bar. Come on.
You're supposed to love this
He
shit.
didn't even want to, but his wife was in Sydney that night, so I forced him. We get there. I do my set in front of the band, and I pass the mic to two beautiful blonde girls right in front, and I'm thinking they're just Aussies. And they go, they get into a big Irish song, and the whole fucking dance floor gets into it. And I'm like, oh my God, they're all Irish. Yes, like I thought they were just on playing to bogan Aussies, Yeah. But it turns out I arrive late. I put the mic in front of them. They get into this jig chant. I'm like, yay! And anyway, I do it again. At the end of the set, the girls up the front, and I call them over like you normally do. Just say, hey, thanks for doing that. You made the whole night perfect.
Yeah.
And I said, where are you from? They went, Dublin. I went, hey, Carlos, come over here, man.
Carlos.
And he's under a light. He'd been under a light. So, come over here. I said, my mate's from Dublin. They go, really? I went, yeah, Carlos, meet these girls. I'm from Dublin. Where from Dublin? I'm from Cabra. Where from Cabra? I'm from Stevie Street or something. Where from Stevie Street?
Oh, no
And then
way.
they pause for a second and she goes, are you Carl? He goes, and then he goes, yeah. And he goes, oh. And then she pissed off. Carl had talked this girl's sister. The last time he saw this girl, she was only a 9-year-old girl. He talked this girl into her sister into leaving Ireland and coming to Australia. For 2 years, they spent time in Australia. And then she went home to buy a wedding dress. He ended up ringing her and saying, look, I've been sleeping with someone else. The wedding's off. The whole family want to kill him.
No.
Over the phone, all these brothers.
No.
This was like 10 years ago.
Oh, shit.
And then by pure weird coincidence that I was involved in, I introduced him to the sister again 10 years later. Here she is, 19 in Surfers Paradise. Are you Carl?
Oh, shit.
And he's like, we got to get fucking out of here. We got to get fucking out of here now.
We got to get the fuck out of here.
And I look around the corner and like she was with her boyfriend and stuff. Like they're like
The boyfriend's just wanting
and
to
they're all
kill
wearing
him.
like red Manchester United style shit. They're watching the football around the corner. It was classic, straight out of like Train Spotting. All these dudes with pints put their head around the corner at Fiddler's Green going,
shit.
Geezer about it. Anyway.
Oh, no.
I've only had half a
See,
beer.
I thought it was going to be like a really funny story, and then it's just turned into that. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
God, no. No.
Yeah.
Poor Carlos.
Tell me a story. Tell me a funny story
I don't
about.
have anything
Come
after
on,
that.
You go places, you take your clothes off. You must hear some funny stories.
Actually, wait. I do have a story. So I was at a party the other day, and I was working with another waitress named Scarlett. She's fucking awesome. Yeah. But anyway, so we were talking to these guys and like, so what's your most fucked up story? What's the most horrible thing that's ever happened to you while you've been waitressing? And so she's talking about how she was fairly new to the game and she had a job out in Bow Desert, which is in the middle of fucking nowhere. If you don't know where that is, it's in the middle of nowhere. And she gets there and there's a massive long driveway that she had to drive up and the guys had to come and get her and take her to where the party was actually happening because it wasn't at the house, it was out, I don't know, somewhere else on the property. And her words, I should have known it when I saw a guy running around with a chainsaw that it was going to be a messed up night. I'm just imagining a guy running around with a chainsaw. Yeah. Ring, ring. Yeah. She said when she got there, the guys had, because it was Buck's party, so they'd tied the Buck up to a tree, but they'd also, like, they tied his legs like up backwards so his feet were around his butt. Yeah. So he was naked, and so his dick's like out. And they thought it was really funny that they'd put some peanut butter on there and then get a little potty calf over. So that, you know, because you're on a farm, yeah. What else do you do? Get a little baby cow over, and what they didn't think about is they suck really hard, right?
I know.
Just like, yes. How do you know?
Well,
yeah. Anyway, so that they've put peanut butter on his dick, and the little calf has come over and it's eating it, and next minute it actually sucked the skin off his penis. Oh. And is just bleeding, and he's screaming, but he's tied up to a tree.
He's drunk. He doesn't know yet.
Oh, yeah, I think he knew. I'm pretty sure he knew. Like, the skin on his penis, gone.
Well,
yuck.
Yes, that's great. Well, I know a guy I used to race sprint cars with, Andrew Shirley from Toowoomba, and he speaks like he's from Toowoomba. I'll tell you so right now, mate. You haven't lived till you've been sucked off by a potty calf. It's tattooed in my brain. Well, apparently they got like a tongue similar to a cat.
Oh, right.
Like there's some roughness that holds the tongue onto, because they're always eating grass and stuff. So they've got a rough tongue, but you haven't lived. You've been sucked off by a potty calf. Apparently it's like the number 21st thing to do out west.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But he didn't say. I think it's quite rough. I'd believe maybe he did get a bit of a cut up, but it'd be quite hard to go, like, well, it feels good, but there's lots of pain.
Oh, man. I don't think his wife would have been very happy.
Oh, she'll get over it.
That's your dick. Where's the skin?
Yeah, well.
I have no skin anymore.
And he'd be like, oh, should I tell it was a potty calf or should I tell it was a stripper? I don't know what's going to get me in worse trouble. What will get me in less trouble?
No. Oh, it's awful. Awful. So don't do that.
You don't, I didn't want to ask you, no creeps out there? You ever get creeped out? Like, and really, someone's invading your personal space and...
Yeah, I mean, it happens. People drink and they get amorous. But, like, I mean, you just have to know how to deal with people. Yeah. You just have to be diplomatic in every situation. And I'm a real friendly person too. I'm a big person for hugs. I'll hug everybody. And they probably really like it because my boobs are out. So they're like, yay! Yeah. Let's everyone have hugs. Let's have a, yeah. So, I mean...
You know, I find interesting.
I don't let people be creepy in the first place.
Okay.
And if they do get creepy, you just avoid them.
When I'm from Brisbane, I lived in the middle of Sydney and then moved back to the Gold Coast and then found some mates who were 100% Gold Coast dudes, and I couldn't believe the way they spoke to girls. Yeah? Dirt bike sort of dudes. And I guess they were just like hanging with their mates all the time. They'd speak to strippers and or just girls in a certain way, calling them like names. I didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
You're a shitbox. And all their mates go, just laugh, just like you.
Yes. Sorry.
Right, anyway. So recently, but I remember going, wow, that's like, I can't believe you're, I'm from the place of like trying to be nice to ladies, like trying to charm ladies.
Yeah,
like
what happened to that?
Well, I believe it's still around.
Yeah.
But it depends on who you are, I guess.
Yeah.
But I guess some girls aren't really attracted to that.
No,
I don't
understand.
There's something about the animal
this is a joke. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love a good joke and I'll swear until the cows come home. But, like, if people, you don't be disrespectful to people.
Exactly.
No, just don't do it.
Well, I was on a...
I don't care who you are. If you're going to treat me like shit, I'm not going to talk to you. I don't care how much money you have. It's not going to happen. I'd rather not have the money than hang out with an asshole.
Yeah. And I've never seen a girl... I'll put it this way. I was on a houseboat recently and there was a couple of topless waitresses hired.
Woohoo!
Yeah. And they were beautiful girls. Like, I really liked them. And it was the first time I'd been around that for a long time. And I was surprised, like, there was like a few guys who were just total assholes to these girls.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wanted to slap them too. We were on a boat, couldn't do anything.
Just
but
throw them
it
on.
just the way the guys would, that would even come to mind.
Yeah.
When girls are they're wearing nothing, so you must feel, what's the word? Like if I'm wearing armor, if I'm wearing an outfit or a suit.
You feel sort of vulnerable, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't notice that I'm not really wearing clothes. I'm so used to being naked. I don't notice that I'm not wearing clothes. But if people are going to be like that to you, it puts you on edge.
Yeah,
and then...
Because what can you do? You're not going to fight naked or...
You want to bet?
Yeah, that's a pretty funny thought though. But if you put that same idiot bloke, made him naked, he's taken away all of his armour.
Now you're onto something.
Yeah. Have you
But
ever
what
seen
about those guys that just get their dicks out at girls and they think it's funny? Because I've worked at a few places, or maybe just one party that comes to mind, which it was pretty bad. And I did leave because it was pretty bad. But yeah, guys, like, they were really wasted. They were pissing in the kitchen sink.
Wow.
That's gross. But they're like, as I was leaving, one of them has his dick out and he was waving it at me. I'm like,
half a mongrel or just like floppy?
No, just floppy.
Okay.
Just wait. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why is that funny?
Yeah.
If it's someone that you're intimate with or a friend, then yeah, that's funny. But no, not someone
Was
who's
it a windmill or just like a
No, it's just like
side
a
slap? Okay.
I'm
With
using
your
my
wrist?
hand. Yeah, using my hand to demonstrate.
Now it's
the
funny.
floppy.
It's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, now it's funny.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I think because it's such an awkward situation. Like, there is a hot woman totally naked. What are we going to do? And some dudes are like, oh, I've never actually been with a woman before. You can imagine? No. Yeah, but you can imagine they're the guys that may turn to these really horrible jokes. They're trying to act cool around the other guys.
To be cool in front of the other boys.
When in fact
and
they're
make the
shit
boys
in
laugh.
bed,
Yeah,
maybe.
Probably.
Because then you'll find the other guys, the really respectful dudes, maybe they're married already, they know exactly how to treat a lady. Maybe they've got daughters or something. They know exactly how women really want to be treated.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's not hard to say please and thank you and you look nice today.
Yep, and then whack yourself thinking about them all day.
Thank you so
That's
much
who you
for
like.
that. You're very nice. May I have another beer, please? Oh, Scarlett. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
I just thought of Chrissy. She's
She's
still on my phone.
There's so many great showgirls
Here we
on the
go.
Gold Coast.
I didn't get to this bit.
Oh.
Chrissy is available for the standard shows in the female price list and is also the following shows: visual sensuality show for clients that would just like a natural erotic natural masturbation glass toy show to funky urban house music.
That's awesome.
A nicer, classier alternative to boldly busting out traditional stripper moves. Oh, now she's putting shit on strippers.
No.
Okay, I'm joking. Anyway, hang on. Chrissy Lee, hey, she's someone you know, so I'm not at all
I know you're not taking
having
the
a laugh,
piss.
but this
No.
is great to see in writing. Chrissy Lee also has a specialty of natural squirting. The average squirt's going 2 to 3 meters, an absolute crowd pleaser.
Yeah, she's phenomenal.
45 minutes for, I'm not going to say how much she is, but she puts it on her website. Can I look up your website right now?
Sure. Go for it. Do you remember what it is?
Tell me again.
No. Does that mean you don't remember what I said
Of course,
to you?
it's probably saved in my favourites. Let's face it.
It's scarlettmorgan.net.
I knew it.
Yeah, of course you did.
Oh, look at you. You've got Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, IMB, Vimeo.
I think the Vimeo... I used to have a Vimeo and I got deleted from it.
Did ya?
Yeah, and I
cancel
don't know
mine
why.
too.
Because